Alright, so if you look at our wall here, what we have is we've kept cores of every single make and model of combustion chamber that we've ever gotten a PMA for, and at this point it's everything. So just kind of, they're situated basically from oldest to newest in Southwind terms. There's really no new Southwinds out there, but this is kind of the museum or of natural history for the Southwind combustion heater. The Southwinds, they were Stewart Warner Southwind, and a lot of these units, starting over here, this is the 900 series Southwind. Now, we've had concerns about 900 series for a long time, but I guess they're becoming so obsolete that nobody's really worrying about them anymore, but we still worry about them and we watch them pretty closely. But you can kind of see the progression here as these Southwinds go up. Some of these, like this one right here, was actually used in a tank. In World War II, they installed a lot of these in tanks. Volkswagen buses used them, regular buses. So they've had different installations that they've been involved in. Then we moved on to the 979 series, I believe that is, and you find something like that typically in a 190, 195. You see a lot of these. Then you have the 940, which is kind of the updated version of the 977s and 979s. They're getting a little newer, but a lot of these also have obsolete parts anymore. You can't find anything. There's the fuel control valves, you can't overhaul them, so parts are just becoming scarce. We have hundreds of cores. We have hundreds of parts that we can use to overhaul them into really good shape. We have PMA on the combustion tubes and everything to make them last longer. We just don't like to work on them anymore, is basically what it boils down to. So then the progression is we actually have some 8472s. These are the pressurized units. The pressurized is a little more of an issue because you have pressurization forcing in on the combustion tube. At the same time you have a combustion happening inside the tube, creating a low pressure area. So if there's a failure in the pressurized ones, which is typical because they don't stiffen their combustion tubes, they'll collapse. They'll collapse just like a pop can, sucking the air out of a pop can. The sides will just collapse on them. And we do see that with the 8472 series, the pressurized versions for mostly like the Cessna 421s and such. Here we have a couple examples of ones that were actually installed in Beech 18s. You can tell by the exhaust pipe. You can also tell by the color they're saturated with oil because of where they sat. So that's another one we keep an eye out for. We have STC kit to replace those, covers them, keeps them clean. Then the progression here, as you see, these are basically, honestly, these are the newer models, if there is such a thing, 8259 series. And they start off with the H's and then the G's and the J's, all the way down to the end here. Actually, that's a real old one in the corner there, 8240, that's out of sync, but that's basically the history of the Southwind heating systems right there. That's it.